Hi, welcome to the Optical tutorials. In this video we will cover the module called Setup Project Properties. So the first module you would start with when you want to run an image correlation experiment. Okay, so let's get going. So I'm gonna hit the Load Experiment Images button here and pick my files. So these are TIFF files. You could load BMP files as well as JPEG. Now note that JPEGs are not really suitable for image correlation because they're compressed, right? So likely you want to load a BMP file or a TIFF file, and likely it will be a file that you've converted with the raw image processor that we presented earlier. Okay, so now I loaded my TIFF files. Note that this one here is written in bold character. That is because this is going to be the reference image. If I decide not to use this image as a reference, I simply right click on this one, for instance, and say that now this image becomes a reference. Okay, it's usually good practice to pick the first image as a reference and have them sorted out so that it comes first. Again, if by accident you loaded an image that you did not want here, you can simply delete it like this and so on. Okay, so this is our reference image here, so the specimen has not been loaded yet. So this is likely the image we will use to draw what we call the region of interest. So the region of interest is simply the region where you want image correction to occur. Okay, so I'm going to click on the polygon button here and simply draw like that the region that I want to analyze. And as you can see, I'm not doing a great job at clicking right in the corner yet. I'll show you why. Okay, when I'm done, I can either double click if I want to keep this last point here, or I can hit escape if I want to get rid of it. If by accident I keep it, so for instance I double click here, now I have this point that I don't want here. I can move it, but I can also right click on it and hit the delete point button here, and here we go, I got rid of it. You saw that you can also delete the whole shape if you want, but we're not going to do that here. Okay, so then once you've done that, you can zoom on the image using the scroll of your mouse. And if you hold the scroll of your mouse, you can also pan on the picture, right? And then you're going to pick exactly where you want your point to be. So say somewhere here, right? Okay, and so you can see now that with great details, I can set up my point here. Here we go. Now, these are post-tensioning rods here that are kind of on the way, and they will create a lot of noise during the analysis. I may decide to get rid of them. As I'll show you later in these tutorials, we could also decide to just leave it there and get rid of it in the result maps. But if you decided to get rid of it, you can use the negative polygon like this. So here I'm just picking the points around it. And here we go, I'm going to exclude this pre-stressing rod from the whole analysis. When I'm done, I double click or hit escape if I don't want the last button. Okay, and again, I could do a better job here, but I can simply grab the points I drew and move them slightly to get what I want. Here we go. So I've excluded this rod here. Similarly, you can draw circles with the circle shape here. Once you draw a circle, you can grab the center of that circle and move it anywhere you want. You can also grab the edge of it and change its size. If you decided you don't need circle at all, you can hit delete shape. You also have the negative circle, and so you get the idea. Same thing, you can fully modify its size and you can get rid of it like so. Okay, so that's it for the region of interest. Pretty straightforward and super versatile. You can do absolutely everything you want with it. Okay, the last tool here is the measure button. And that's simply so that Optical can translate pixels into a unit, say millimeter or inches. If you do not set up any scale, then your displacements will be in pixels. If you want to express your displacements in terms of inches or millimeter, you need to provide Optical some scale to work with. And so you do so with the measure tool here. You simply draw from edge to edge a known dimension. So I know this wall is 90 inches wide. Again, I draw it roughly, and then I zoom on a picture to do a nicer job at picking the edge of it. So now Optical translates that as a dimension. So you can see that this straight line I drew here is 3,360 pixels wide. Now I know that this is also equal to 90 inches. So I'm going to hit 90 inches. You can use any unit you want here. Oh, not 91, but 90. Hit apply. It's very important to hit apply here. And now I have a pixel per inch ratio. You could decide to not use the measure tool at all and enter your ratio here, hit apply, it would work the same way. The measure tool is pretty handy though. Okay, and that's it. Don't worry if you are running an analysis and you did not define the scale like I did just now. It does not affect the analysis at all. It's only for the results display. So you can come back later and change that scale and your results display will update automatically. So no worry if you don't have this dimension yet, you can still run your analysis and update it later. Okay, that's it for this module. Thank you very much for watching. Next video we will see how to run an analysis here.